I want to transform this floor into a classroom by advancing my argument on various aspects, Mr. Speaker, starting from what is discretionary law. And I hope, I wish Senator Methu, who is a first-year law student, would be here, so that as I give cogent points of law and procedure, he can be up to date with what we mean by discretionary power. The origin of discretionary power, discretionary law, is to give alternatives, to give options. Because, Mr. Speaker, let me use the judicial authority. Judges and judicial officers use discretionary power in case by case because of multiple choices, the issue of reason, the issue of rationale. Mr. Speaker, because if you remove discretionary power, you threaten in making that thing to be rigid, Mr. Speaker. And that is why I was arguing that when you look at section 62(3), the courts have given governor discretionary power based on the choices. The reason, Mr. Speaker, and I want to agree with Senator Bonde Halwale, and it's good we have institutional memory. It's good we have institutional memory, Mr. Speaker. You know why I want to say, and I wish, Mr. Speaker, when I raise this on a ruling, the reading of Article 179 of the Constitution, sub-article 5, it says when the county governor is absent, the deputy county governor shall act as a county governor. Yes. Mr. Speaker, sub-article 7, if a vacancy arises in the office of the county governor, the members of the county executive committee appointed under clause 2B cease to hold office. Mr. Speaker, the drafters of County Governments Act Section 632 were well aware of provisions of Article 179. And that is why they gave those discretionary powers to the governor. And I want to tell you, Mr. Speaker, we wish you well as you run to be the governor of the great people of Meru. But we are working on a dangerous path by curtailing your discretionary powers. There is a principle behind it, so that you use your reason, your judgment alternative to exercise discretionary powers. And that is why power of mercy provided by the Constitution is one of the discretionary powers that is exercised by the President, Mr. Speaker. And it is important that Kenyans know that the provision of Article 79 envisage a situation where a governor dies, resigns, or becomes incapacitated, and the deputy governor takes over as the governor. Because the county members of executive, they cease to hold office. And that is why they use a may, not shall. Because the origin of discretionary powers is to exercise, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, looking at Article 179, and even all the way to Article 181, it is important. Even when you look at that, that is why they say the office of the governor. And therefore, the aspect of deputy governor, Mr. Speaker, I agree. Deputy governor should not be flower girls or page boys. They should be assigned responsibilities. Even in the case of the deputy president, you remember, and history is a good teacher, that executive order was issued by the president to give powers to the deputy president's office, including IBEC and other chairing subcommittees of cabinet. So this discretionary power for a wise governor is they can issue a gazette notice assigning responsibilities and portfolio. In fact, we are being myopic in our thinking. You know why, Mr. Speaker? Because we want to curtail the power of a governor, because discretionally, the governor can assign many more responsibilities than just being a CCM. And I know, even if, in fact, if today, Mr. Speaker, sir, if today the governor is traveling outside the country for medical treatment or for any assignment, they appoint deputy governor to assume the entire running of the county. So if you curtail to be a CCM of finance, Mr. Speaker, and this is the constitutional law with constitutionalism, and I'm happy the chair now is seated properly, Mr. Speaker. So we must implicate, Mr. Speaker, we must be fair. Because the moment the governor of Bomet is not in office, Deputy Governor Rotich assumes the entire running of the county government. So when you curtail when you curtail
Senator Boni Halwale.
Senator
what is
Boni
your point of
Halwale and
order?
incoming Governor Kakamega.
Senator Cherargei, take your seat.
Mr. Speaker, when the Senate started, he said he was going to teach, and I'm really benefiting from the lesson. But did you hear him say, under 105, that after you came, the chair had now started, had now said properly. Is in order to impute improper motive on Deputy Speaker, that the Deputy Speaker was improperly seated. Can he substantiate?
Senator Cherargei, could you substantiate what you meant by that statement? I don't want to speak for you,
No, yes,
but I
Mr.
understood what you meant, but kindly substantiate.
Mr. Speaker, when there was change of the seats, I saw how uncomfortably you were moving, trying to sit. So when I was driving my points home, you had now sat properly and focused on me. So I don't know what Senator Kalwale is imagining. Because I don't, in fact, in my entire life, I have never attempted to impute any improper motive on any member of Speaker's panel, including yourself. You know I have a tremendous respect. And you know in my culture, respect is equated to a cow. What do you mean? Mr. Speaker, and that is why even in our culture, it is a respect, and you know, we come from the same.
Proceed to,
yes, that is why they say,
contribute.
and that is respectful of Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, so I am driving and I'm happy Senator Methu has walked back because he has missed very heavy and cogent legal points. I was following. You are following, thank you. So let me move to point number 4. And therefore, I was making the point that we are trying to curtail the work of, and by the way, I have tremendous respect for deputy governors. When I was a member of the devolution committee, they appeared before us. Let's speak. Even my own deputy governor appears more like a flower girl. Because even the current, my governor, does not even respect the deputy governor. Even in the succession matrix of gubernatorial seat of Nandi County, the deputy governor is running for governor, but the deputy governor has never endorsed him. Dr. Yulita. Because of that fear. So speak. I know the frustrations of deputy governors. I know when Senator Methu speaks, he speaks from experience. I know of deputy governors who don't have cars, don't have fuel. Even the deputy governor of Kericho, Engineer Fred Kirui, who was the whistleblower in the fictitious payment of 85 million. He said even on record that he doesn't have a car, a bodyguard, a driver, a fuel. The car was taken away. Go to Siaya. Siaya is the worst case. Mr. Speaker, when the deputy governor was brought here for impeachment, CPA, William Odwal, we didn't impeach him. But do you know up to today, almost 1 year, he cannot access his office. He cannot access his office. And the governor of Siaya purports to be the paragon of democracy and rule of law. So what do you do in such a situation? He said on record, and he has written to this house and written to the devolution committee, that when he tried to access his office in Siaya town, men in black descended on him and his vehicles. It was like bees, yani nyuki, were on him, Mr. Speaker. So that is why we are saying we understand the frustration of deputy governors, Mr. Speaker. William Odwal cannot access his office, not because of any mistake, because of political differences between him and Governor James Orengo. Mr. Speaker, we agree with the frustration. At least you are governor, from the observation, maybe I don't know, they look like they are working very well with your governor, but from your body language, it looks like things have gone mulot. They have gone south, Mr. Speaker. They have gone mulot, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Cherargei.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
You can't purport to interpret the body language of the chair.
Yes, yes.
As to whether or not Governor Pachoka and his deputy are working together. It can't be read from the body language of the chair. Yes. But I allow you to pass and proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, because from I know you very well. You have represented me before in court, so I know how you behave when you agree or you don't. And there is what we call sign language. It is recognized in the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, even Trans Nzoia Deputy Governor, Philomena Kapkori, brought an issue of frustration in running of Trans Nzoia, where she had been attacked publicly by people close to the governor. She had been denied access to the office. She could not access her office, the vehicles and the support. And Mr. Speaker, the sad reality, as Senator Methu has said, the person who is the financial or the accounting officer of a deputy governor is the chief of staff of governor. Madam Kapkori almost cried before the committee, the deputy governor of Trans Nzoia. Almost cried. Because she was being frustrated and humiliated, and she is a woman, and I didn't see women coming out to demonstrate against. I hope the new Senator Wakwabi will be the first to protest. Because you cannot be saying tawe, tawe, tawe everywhere, and you are towering your people. You cannot work with your deputy governor. How do you want to lead a nation when you cannot even work with your deputy governor? That is why those governors like Governor Natembe must be called to order. Even you remember Deputy Governor of Kisii, because of political differences with Governor Simba Arati, Deputy Governor Monda was impeached by the county assembly. We confirmed the impeachments. The former colleague of Senator Kalwale Monda is now home. He is taking care of tea leaves and other things. So, Speaker, because of political differences with Governor Simba Arati. Now, and even, Mr. Speaker, the deputy governor, and I know this was a friend of Methu, Deputy Governor Engineer John Bararot of Wasingishu also resigned because of the frustration from Governor of Wasingishu, Chelele. And he said it on record. So, Mr. Speaker, we understand where deputy governors come from, but we should not entrench and infringe. And I want to encourage Senator Methu when he will reach the low class, Mr. Speaker. I don't know whether, Mr. Speaker, you are aware that Senator Methu is on first year in law school in University of Nairobi. He's in first semester. Yes, and I'm now giving him free lecture lessons here, courtesy of you. That when he reaches the level of the learning on the law of discretionary law, he should either approach you or me, so that we can guide the power and the rationale of discretionary power that has been envisaged in Section 32 of the County Governments Act. And that is why there is also power of mercy. And even that is why I agree. The President William Ruto, as an example, issued an executive order number 1 before, in 2022, to give powers to former impeached deputy president, Mr. Speaker. Even when Professor Kithure Kindiki was, I know Senator Methu doesn't like Professor Kithure Kindiki, but he's the current deputy president. I know he will learn to know that. Senator Joyce is telling me he doesn't love him in public, but he loves him in private. So I don't know how such a love operates. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, and an executive order.
Senator Cherargei, there is a point of order from Senator Methu.
Mr. Speaker, I would have let it slip the way Senator Cherargei was going, but he has made a very damaging comment that I don't love a man in public, but I love a man in private. Mr. Speaker, may he expound what he actually means when he says that I love whatever man he's speaking about. I can't remember the name he said, but he's speaking of a certain man that I love in private. So I would want him to expound what he exactly
Senator
means.
Methu, you have made your point. You're out of order. If you recall, the Honorable Senator Cherargei was paraphrasing the statement made by Senator Joyce, who is not on the chair. So Senator Cherargei just referred to a statement made by someone who was not speaking.
He has said it on record, it's on hazard.
He paraphrased it. He didn't say that is not his statement. Senator Cherargei, proceed.
Can I substitute? Can I substitute so that he can be comfortable?
Proceed to do
that he has a liking for Deputy President Professor Kinduki.
Senator Cherargei,
So that he becomes comfortable.
I have ruled Senator Methu out of order.
Okay.
Please conclude on your...
No, but I understand where Methu comes from, you know, with the current issues of Forex.
Order, Senator
in
order,
many things,
order,
then
Senator
it is
Joyce.
understandable. Mr. Speaker, can I be protected?
And be
You know,
serious in what you are doing.
Senator
Be
Joyce should be
serious in
aware
what
she's
you're
not
doing,
in
Senator
Mulot or
Cherargei. Order, Senator
Chebalungu.
Joyce, Senator Methu, order, please. Order, Senator Joyce. I will throw you out, Senator Joyce. Proceed. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, on a lighter touch, of course, so that our debates get the human part of it, but Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, therefore, I don't totally, and I want to advise the Deputy Speaker, Senator Katuri, because there is a legislative proposal, that for some of us who aspire to be county chiefs or governors, this discretionary power allows you to run your county efficiently. It is important. And that is why myself and Senator Kalwale, we are worried that there was wisdom as to why discretionary power was given to governors, so that they have a more latitude on running the affairs of the county. So I think on this one, Mr. Speaker, let us legislate on other more important things, Mr. Speaker, than on this. Let us allow discretionary to exist. And that is power of mercy has been given, for example, to President. And I want to encourage governors, the way President William Ruto has done. He has issued executive orders for Deputy President, like now Professor Kiture Kindiki chairs the IBEC. He chairs the one we call the one for caucus, the one for reforms, tea reforms, coffee reforms. He chairs on cabinet. He chairs subcommittees of cabinet. He chairs principal secretary caucuses. He is reassigned. Why would a deputy governor want to be a CCM all that time? If the governor wants to assign you to do something else, why don't you give the governor that freedom? Let's speak. And that is why, as a country, I want to encourage governors and even our nation. Let us have inbuilt solutions. Mr. Speaker, the problem we have in this country is over legislation. I saw Donald Trump today or yesterday addressing the largest military generals of US in Virginia, Mr. Speaker. And he said a very profound statement, that it is not the business of United States of America to protect the borders of Somalia and Kenya. He says their business is to look inward, making America great again, MAGA. What did I learn from Donald Trump's speech? When he was addressing the generals from all over the world that had congregated in Virginia, the speaker, was to encourage Africans to look inward. As we talk, the American government are shut down. Yet most of us depend on NGOs and many others, Global Fund, the USAID was shut down. The solution, Mr. Speaker, is to look inward. What I learned from President Donald Trump is that let us look inward, Mr. Speaker. Even as we do other things, as we run other affairs internationally or locally, Mr. Speaker, we must ensure that we find our solutions. Solution is not over legislating. Solution is not over representing. And I want to tell deputy governors, we feel you. It is more, and I want to borrow the wisdom of my senior brother, Kalwale, a man of tremendous respect, a bullfighter, a man with many children and many wives, that this is more of an interpersonal relationship. Didn't tell me that? Interpersonal relationship. It's more of interpersonal. You need, as a deputy governor, respect. A deputy governor is not a co-governor. A deputy president is not a co-president. Know your position as a principal assistant to the governor. And I agree with the wisdom of Senator Kalwale that these things is more of interpersonal skills. So I want to call, I know deputy governors feel that they should be assigned responsibility. I know most of them are tired of reading newspapers in the offices. I know they are tired of just sitting idly. But they should know the wisdom. They should know the wisdom of our drafters of the Constitution and the promulgation of the Constitution 2010. That it is very important. And I want to appeal to these governors. Governor of Kericho, Governor of Trans Nzoia, Governor of Kisii, Governor of Siaya, Governor of Uasin Gishu, and other governors who have a problem with their deputy governors to ensure that they work closely. Because at the end of the day, they are the leaders of all those counties. With those many remarks, Mr. Speaker, I beg to oppose, and I thank you. I hope, Senator Methu, the class is over.
Senator Maureen Tabitha Mutinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Actually, you are the only speaker who calls me by my